All right, little bro, you've gone no contact. It's now week 2, and you're wondering what you should expect. And now, I hope you haven't spiraled. I'm gonna assume you haven't, okay? Because if you've spiraled, and what I mean by spiral is you end up posting a ton of crap on your, Facebook, on your Instagram, on your Snapchat, about missing a certain person, there's a bunch of sad, stupid quotes, you're gonna have to understand that counts as reaching out, okay? Because that's exactly what it was. It was a subtle message to her. So if you just posted something, let's say yesterday, let's say you went no contact legitimately, and you've gone 2 weeks without talking to her, but yesterday you uploaded something to your Instagram about missing your ex, and of course it was pointed at her. Dude, now no contact starts all over again. Do you know why? Because you've given her, here's the key word, validation. Okay, you've given her validation to where she no longer is wondering about you. She knows that she can get you back just like that. That if she messages you right now, she can have you back. That is how you lose your power. That is the exact opposite reason you want to go no contact, okay? You go no contact to gain that power, that perspective back that says, even if you want me back, it's not guaranteed anymore. And when you post those sad, stupid things, you are telling her, and you are telling her, it's 100% true, that you could still have me back if you wanted. If you think anything otherwise, you are fooling yourself. So look, if you've done that, then you need to count no contact from the last day you've uploaded something stupid like that. So what I would tell you to do before anything is to not do that, to make sure you're actually in week 2 of no contact when you're watching this. And if you have done that, if you have uploaded those sad breakup poems, whatever, you need to delete them all. Just the sad stuff, okay? Not the happy stuff. Don't delete your profile, don't block her, don't anything. Don't block her, don't do anything drastic like that. Delete just the sad things, keep the happy things. All right, then you actually know you're in no contact, all right? That all being said, let's continue with the video. You wanna know how she's feeling. Here's the deal. She could be feeling one of 2 things. Here's the most likely odds, okay? Odds are she's either still feeling elated, she's still feeling happy that the relationship ended, that she no longer has to be in contact with you. You gave her the ick, you drove her insane, you pissed her off, it doesn't matter. She might still be there, or she is so distracted by a new guy, by new supply. Odds are what she's currently feeling for you, she's still running from. That is not to say it's not still there, okay? Because it's still there. It's still buried underneath a whole lot of bad juju, okay? A lot of negative emotions there. And the only way that negative emotion is going to go away, is going to dissipate, is if you give it time. Time is the only thing that will erase that. You thinking that you're gonna send a text that's gonna clear something up is not going to work, okay? Here's why, because that is a logical solution to an emotional problem. Logic will not fix that emotional problem. How is she feeling? She's probably still glad to be over you. It's only been a couple weeks. You are barely out of ground zero. Like, look over your shoulder and there's still a nuclear bomb that's gone off that you can still feel the radiation from. She doesn't want to turn and face that right now. Because here's the deal, she doesn't have to. Women can be distracted just like that, so much easier than men can. They can go and they can get any sort of distraction they want. They could go to a bar, go to a club, and even if they don't hook up with somebody, they can get validation, free drinks all night. And that's even if your girl is mid. So it's a lot easier for her to run from these feelings than to have to deal with them like you do. And by the way, it's a lot healthier that we have to deal with them than they do. It's part of the reason we have a lot of broken women around the world right now. Because they don't have to sit and face themselves emotionally. They don't have to face any accountability for the way that they act in a relationship. And I'm sorry, but there's a lot of truth to that. All right, but moving on. How is she feeling? She's probably happy. She's probably distracted, all right? You don't need to worry about that too much. You're still there. She's just distracting herself. She's just running from you, your memory, and that entire relationship so that she doesn't have to feel that heartbreak right now. She's gonna feel it later, and she's gonna feel it way worse. So here is the truth, is that during the first week, you're definitely gonna cross her mind at least a couple times, but she's gonna do her best to distract you. Week 2 is where distractions can become more distracting. Okay, and what I mean by that is if she is doing a good job at it, if she's got a new man, a new hobby, if her friends are keeping her busy every other day, if she took more hours at work, whatever, then the odds of her thinking about you are actually a little bit lower during the second week. But again, that is not because you mean any less. It's like the tide before a tsunami. It pulls back, and it pulls back, and it pulls back. But man, oh man, all it's doing is building, and all you can see are the waves retreating, and you think, that's it, she's gone. She's not messaging me. She's not telling me anything on Instagram. She's not uploading anything that lets me think she's thinking about me. And we think she's gone. There's no way she could be thinking about me. But those waves pull back, and those waves pull back, and those waves pull back, and we think those waves are gone. They're not coming back. And what you don't see, what you won't see, typically, is that tsunami nail her sometime in the future. And it could be a week from now. It could be a few months from now, but that tsunami's coming for her, and those emotions are coming for her, and that relationship is coming for her, and she won't be able to outswim it. There's nothing she's going to be able to do to outrun it. The only thing she's going to be able to do to relieve that pressure is to reach out to you in some hopes that you, and only you, because that's the trick, only you can release that pressure for her. So little bro, you don't need to worry about it. What you're seeing are the waves pulling away. It doesn't mean that that tsunami's not coming for her. So what is she thinking? Not much. At least she's trying to. You definitely still cross her mind. And it's hard to say how much now, because it all depends on how distracted she is. But she definitely still thinks about you, just in little bitty waves, right? Little waves of sadness that hit her at night, that hit her in the morning when she wakes up and for some reason thinks she's gonna see a text from you and realizes nothing. She's trying not to think any of those things. She doesn't want to think any of those things. So right now, she's going to be pushing you as far away and as far out of her mind as humanly possible. And that's not because she doesn't feel for you. As a matter of fact, it means the exact opposite. She wouldn't have to try so hard to distract herself if you didn't mean that much to her. The harder she tries to distract herself is a key indicator. It's a Freudian slip for how much you meant for her. All right, little bro, let's get to the things that are actually important. What should you be doing? You should still be in the gym. I hope and pray that you didn't just go to the gym for a week or two and quit. Because a lot of guys do. And what happens is a lot of guys will start eating right, they'll eat healthier, and they'll work out. And the thing is, they will lose a couple pounds. And they'll gain a quarter of a pound of muscle. And they start showing 40 pics off on Instagram, hoping that she'll see it. And behavior like that is so see-through, and you've got to understand that, so just don't. Now look, if it's been like months, okay, and you legitimately look different, better, leaner, absolutely post a progress pic, and that should get her attention. That's absolutely fine to do. But during week 1, week 2, it's so see-through that it just makes you look weak. Stay in the gym, you're still working on your emotional intelligence, and here's the deal. I know you're working on your emotional intelligence because you're watching videos like this. And you are on the right path. But here's the deal. The 2-week mark is where a lot of people start to slip. It's been 2 weeks and your brain is trying to convince you that she's not coming back. And it's because you want to imagine the worst case scenario so that you can go ahead and get over that and save yourself the pain of hope. There's a Bible verse that says, hope deferred maketh the heart sick. And that's what you feel. You feel that hope start to lean, start to waver, without really understanding that it's not wavering at all. That's just you and your fear telling you that she's not coming back. And I'm telling you, most exes do. So what should you be doing? You should be growing. You should be getting money. You should be getting muscle, and you should be moving on with your life. Not because you're letting go of her necessarily, not because you're letting go of the relationship. You're simply in no contact. You are giving her space and you are living your life. And when she looks back, and she will look back, and she sees you thriving without her, that's going to trigger what's called FOMO, fear of missing out. And she's going to think, I should have stayed with that guy. He's got something going for him. And she's going to think that she missed out on something by not being with you. And that's exactly what you want her to think. So don't post any sad breakup crap. Process it like a man. Process it healthily. Don't jump into somebody else's bed. Don't do anything that you think would make her jealous, okay? Because again, all of that stuff is see-through. It makes you look weaker. Even if it works in the short term and it gets her to reach out to you, it makes you look weaker and long-term hurts your chances significantly because of how emotional reactive you are and because of how uncalm and unsteady you are. So what do you keep doing? I'll tell you what you keep doing. You work on yourself, and next week, you watch this video.